Do any members wish to provide any input on this item, the Inland Personnel Council contract? A community requested agenda item. Ms. Vickers?
Yes. So this agenda item, it was requested by members of our community. Many of us have seen that there was a recent EdSource article kind of explaining this whole Inland Personnel Council debacle. I did have a chance to talk at length with district staff about our roles, and I did want to second what the superintendent had stated earlier, that we did just use the council as far as professional development, kind of like going to CSBA, right? Just different things like that, but it still does lead to questions about, evergreen contracts, what is being auto-debited, questions like that from the county office, because if it is a contract, even though I think because of that it was a minor amount, something that probably didn't raise any huge red flags, but when we are dealing with, with dollars here, I think that we do need to be looking at it. We need to see if we're even in agreement. And, if this thing does, the letter says it's being reformatted. It's not really saying how it's going to be reformatted, but if it does get reformatted and reconfigured, that needs to come before us to make a decision as to whether we want to be a part of it. I don't think that we have delegated our powers to the county office for anything like that. And please, someone, if we did, let me know when we delegated it, because I think that does fall within our purview. And I'm kind of happy this thing is dissolving.
Mr. Kinnear?
Since this contract is going to be dealt with in a different manner, I mean that we're dissolving the contract, but I'd like to know if we have other automatic payments. This was one automatic payment that I know I wasn't aware of, and maybe I should have been, but I wasn't aware of it. Are there other automatic payments? And if there are there other automatic payments?
I think that was my biggest concern as well, is let's look at our automatic payments. It's big or small.
Do we have other superintendents?
So I can ask that our business services director, Ms. Nikki Hoff, forward.
So there aren't any others that I'm aware of, but I'm going to run a full report on, because I can run a detail of all transactions that have hit the district over the past few years and see if they debit out. The majority of the auto transactions that hit our accounts are not debits, they're credits that come from our COE. So this was something that took me a while to find in the system to figure out how it was coming out. But now that I was able to find it, it will be an easy search for me to do, and I can provide a report to Dr. Llamas pretty quickly once I run it.
Thank you. And then I think to follow up with that is we should have some procedure in place that we don't have automatic payments. That just flat out doesn't happen. The second issue is, do we have other agreements that are sort of continuing agreements that commits a previous or a new board to a previous board, or is this the only example of this, of what's happening here?
I know as a cabinet, we've been reviewing all our contract agreements. So that is something that we are looking at and ensuring that whatever the deadlines, the timelines, that all those contracts come before the board. That is part of the work that Ms. Hoff is and alongside our cabinet have been doing over the last several months.
Okay,
so
thank you.
If we look at those two things, then I'm comfortable with how we're proceeding. I don't think we need to audit anything. I think with the value of this, it's not worth doing anything like that. But those two concerns are very important to me, so I want to make sure that we address them.
Thank you, Board Member Kinnear. In regards to the contracts, I think I just want to further add that Cabinet reviewing the contracts also has to do, sorry about that. The cabinet reviewing the contracts also has to do with ensuring that there's program outcomes that are being made, that the resources are being implemented or distributed with fidelity, and reviewing whether or not these are contracts that we want to continue. So those are the conversations that we're having as a team to really explore the best use of our funding and our dollars to ensure that we're maximizing the resources, as well as ensuring that we're providing high quality resources and supports to our scholars.